Liam watches his parents through the window as they back out of the driveway. They are going out for their anniversary dinner, but promise to be home in time to tuck Liam into bed. Unfortunately, he never sees his parents again. They are in a car accident on their way home to their only child. Liam has no relatives who will take him in, so he's put into the foster care system at the age of 4. We all know Dawn Brown. Well, she has actually fostered several children over the past few years. The United States Internal Revenue Service should create tax rebates for all people who become foster parents or who adopt a child out of the foster care system. First, we will be looking at the increasing number of foster children, and finally, a solution to the problem. The problem is that there are too many children in the United States foster care system. Children are in foster care. FreeDictionary.com, updated in 2006, describes a foster child as a child without parental support and protection, placed with a family or a person to be cared for. Children end up in foster care for a variety of different reasons. Carrie Kraft, who has worked as a professional in the foster care system, states in an About.com article, updated 2012, the following reasons why children end up in the system: physical abuse, emotional abuse, neglect, abandonment, death, as well as being voluntarily placed by his or her guardian. Many horror stories of foster care are heard every year on the news. In an ABC News article, copyright 2012, the foster parents of 6 siblings did some pretty horrific things to the kids. Oftentimes, the children were beat, either by the hands of their caretakers or by a belt. Along with the beatings came harsh words degrading the children. In many instances, the children were told it was their fault they were being hit because they were quote-unquote retarded. The number of increasing children is significantly problematic. An ABC News article, updated 2011, says that 550,000 to 600,000 children are in foster care every year. That's 9 times the population of Stearns County. Another article found on the ABC News website, updated 2006, says that 800,000 children come in contact with the system every year. That's 13 times the number of people who can be seated in the Metrodome. 13 times greater. There are harms for children involved in foster care. Problems occur in children who are or were a foster child, says the Livestrong website, updated 2010. One such problem is reactive attachment disorder, otherwise known as RAD. This comes about because the child fails to create a healthy relationship with his or her caregiver. Behaviors taken on by children with RAD include being withdrawn and failing to smile or reach out when being picked up. Another example is the defiance of authority. This comes about because of the insecure feelings a child has after being taken from his or her home and placed with a complete stranger. The transition from care to adulthood proves to be another problem. FosterCareAlumniOfAmerica.com, updated 2012, says that 54% of people who make this transition have a high school diploma. However, education normally stops there because only about 2% actually receive a bachelor's degree or higher. The website continues to say that slightly over half, or 51%, are unemployed. Foster care may have its problems, but overall it is a noble system and just needs a little work. The United States foster care system should create tax rebates for all people who become foster parents or who adopt a child out of the foster care system. Specific tax rebates will be given out yearly, depending on the age of the child, until that child reaches the age of 18, where they are no longer able to be supported by the system. A $5,000 tax rebate will be given out for an infant through a child 4 years of age. A $6,500 tax rebate will be given to a child 5 to 12 years old, and a $9,000 tax rebate will be given to a child 13 to 18 years of age. The adoption of this plan is quite practical. The IRS already exists. There will be no need to create a new system, hire new people and train them in, which will save time along with money. Also, tax rebates are given out already for various reasons. It will be quite simple to create one relating to foster care. The adoption of this plan will be advantageous to all. Children will be taken out of potentially destructive situations. We have all heard the quote that children are our future. Well, if children are put in a potentially destructive situation at one point in their lives, how can we rely on them for our futures when we're older? Parents will be able to create a healthy bond with the child. Many families are unable to have children. And by allowing them to either adopt a child out of the system or become a foster parent with that financial support, they can live out the life that they have always dreamed of. Also, taxes will be reduced. Less money will come out of our own pockets to support the large number of children in the system. The problem is that there are too many children in the United States foster care system. By creating tax rebates, we can decrease this number. The United States Internal Revenue Service should create tax rebates for all people who become a foster parent or who adopt a child out of the foster care system. Now think back to the previous hypothetical story. Liam still lost his parents. He's still in foster care, but this time he has a better chance at finding a family who will truly love and care for him.